All right, we are bringing you a report on what it is like to buy or sell in the next few months, how to make your decision making a little bit easier. Jump off with, if you're a buyer, Chloe, what are you gonna do if you want to buy a condo? Is it a good time?
Yeah, honestly, right now is the best time. Over 60% of condo sales are under 600,000, which is pretty low.
Yeah, it's coming down, and I think the other stat that I saw, pull it up on the board there, is the year-over-year change of sales is up 75% for those under 500,000.
Yeah.
So we've almost doubled the amount of sales that are under 500,000, bringing affordability back to those looking to enter the market.
Yeah, honestly, right now is a great time if you're looking to try and get into the market. Condos, I would say, are the way to do it.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're just starting. You know, getting into freehold and semis, you need more money. That's the truth to it.
Yeah.
More land transfer tax, more down payment. Condos, you got 20 grand, you can get in today. You know, a little bit extra maybe for some closing costs, but 25,000 you can get in. So that is crazy. And interesting enough, if you look at the data, some prices are back to where they were for condos in 2016, a decade ago.
Wow. That is crazy.
It's not the average, but I've seen it. I've seen it quite a bit. So that's really an interesting little stat. What if you're buying detached, right? Or semi-detached, townhomes, that sort of thing? Is it a good time to buy?
Yeah, looking at low rise, the strongest activity is below 900K. So
look, detached is always going to be expensive. It's been the king of kings, we'll say.
Yeah.
But if you look at that graph again, I'm going to pull it right up.
Yeah.
From right now, the average price is 1.35. Okay, 1.35 million. Very expensive. That's not what you're entering the market at. You're entering at the condo. You're entering at the the stacked townhome, something like that.
Yeah.
But the prices are back to where they were between 2020 and 2021. And if you look at that arc from 2020 to 2021, look at how much it jumped. It jumped hundreds of thousands of dollars, mainly due to what was happening during COVID and everyone wanting to leave the city. I know a lot of people got handsomely rich during that period of time from selling their real estate. But what comes up, there must come down. So
exactly.
Yeah, I think actually it's a reasonable time to look at buying for either. However, I'm going to put an asterisk on this because we have to look at the future, not just today. Where do you see the next few months? Like, do you see it curbing out where there's no potential for loss, that we're bottoming out and moving back up? Or what's the advantage if the market continues to decline for somebody to buy today?
I would say the advantage of buying now, I don't see it going too much lower or too much higher. However, in the next few years, I do imagine it will go up. Like you said, what goes down must come up. So I would say now would be the great time to get in, and hopefully within the next few years, you will get your return back.
The main thing too that I'm seeing, and I've told you in private as well, is there's more incentive now than I've ever seen. You know, developers, for example, are throwing away all of these nonsense things they used to throw into deals. I told you about that $500 fee to move into your own house. You can't move into your house unless you pay $500.
Yeah.
Like that's a scam. No offense.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, hey, you know what? Development fees, that $15,000, $18,000, don't worry about it. We're okay. Tear on warranty, here, take it. They're paying for it now. They're doing all of that. Before there's all these reasons we don't do it, so it can't happen like that. I remember specifically in a presentation, developers said we can't negotiate on price because otherwise the other people who bought in the building are going to be offended. Yeah, that's really holding strong now, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you heard about BC and how they're so.
Yeah, I would say with all these incentives, the government's throwing in some incentives as well. Now really is the best time to get into the market, especially for condos, even new construction. We
definitely new construction because no one else is looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. When you want to buy a stock, you want to buy it when it's low, right?
Yeah.
And then sell it when it gets high.
Yeah.
Right now, pre-construction is hurting. Great incentives, they are low. But when it is built 2-3 years down the line, it's high. Hopefully, right? That was the ideal of what a lot of people did. It went the other way. But because we've gone down so much,
the
loss risk is lesser. Let's say that.
And we also know of some developments that are already built and still considered new construction.
Yeah, move in ready.
Yeah, with a lot of incentives as well. So if you want to know more about that, reach out and we'd be happy to go over it with you.
Now that we've gone over buyers, let's do the seller's market. Seller's market is doing, well, the exact opposite of you.
Yeah.
So let's look over. If we have condos, the months of inventory, pull up the graph, is going to show 5.7 months of inventory, which actually declined from last year. So we are in a better place. However, once you hit that number 6, you are in a buyer's market. Anything underneath, in between 3 and 6, would be a balanced market. So you're just at that cusp of entering into balance. It's still very, very cold for these type of properties. However, freehold, which is like detached, semis, towns, what we're seeing there is 3.3 to 3.8. So again, under 3 is a seller's market. We're just at the cusp of entering into that balanced market.
Yeah.
So opposite takes from both styles of properties for sure. Now, when I look at that, I want to look at the micro market. I don't want to say that a detached home at the beaches is going to perform the same way a detached home in northern Scarborough or Malvern or something like that. They're just totally different in terms of how they're evaluated. But it's important to know that this average likely means that there's many homes that are still in sellers markets. So note that. You want to ask your realtors that. I also want to point out prices. If you look at the correction, yes, there's been massive corrections on all types of properties. Detached, you can kind of see on this graph, is about $1.35 million, whereas only 6 years ago, we were at $1 million. We are still dramatically up. So performance-wise, we're doing great. Yeah, we didn't sell at the top, but it's still in a really good place for like only being up for half a decade, right?
Yeah.
Condos, well, Chloe sort of spelled it out. You're seeing a lot of them that were selling were under 600,000 or under 500,000.
Yeah.
Which means, and you can see the increase of sales, meaning that they're moving down a bracket. You know, what was a 2-bedroom is now a 1+1 price, right? So you're getting more property for your dollar. And to sell one of those right now, you want to consider where you're going to best perform at, as well as providing additional incentive to get yourself in the spotlight in a tough market like this. So I think that sort of covers the buyer and the seller mindsets that you're going to need to look forward to in this market. And if you have a property or just a question generally about real estate, hit it down below. We answer every single question that is asked, except for my bank password. I'm not giving you that. All right, see ya.